Hi Virgo, how are all my Virgos doing? So we will be doing a reading for mid-September through the middle of November. If you come across this reading at a different time, don't worry, it was meant to find you for a reason at that particular time. So whenever you come across this, it was meant to be. Let's see what we've got going on for my Virgos. Oh Virgo, you and your dang pickles. I don't know why I felt like accusing you of being all about eating pickles lately. Probably because I have, and I have a guilty conscience. If you find just the right jar of pickles, especially the fresher they are, they're so good. It could involve, maybe there's something that's the color green that you've got going on in your life. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything or not. For overall energy, right out of the bottom of the deck, ooh, we've got the King of Wands. So that talks about you are in your power, going full force ahead. You're in a very powerful energy right now. You're taking the bull by the horns, and you're getting started on some either creative projects or goals that you set. Lately you've been putting a lot of effort towards completing these goals, or doing something that you really wanted to do, that's a passion that you have. Not boring goals that you have to do, but the fun ones I'm seeing. You also could be dealing with someone with fire placements, or have fire in your chart as well. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be, but it's more verification if it is. We've got the Hierophant card. So that talks about, see, your goal is a commitment of some form. If you're talking about a relationship, lately you've been looking at going to the next step. Like if you're engaged right now, maybe there's gonna be some talk shortly about moving on to like setting the date for getting married. Talking about living together, or maybe you're just casually dating, and maybe things will get a little bit more solid and serious where you become official. And there's a certain situation that might be looming over your head, but you're not worried about it exactly, because you have the mentality of, you know what, the universe has got me. I'm good to go, or God's got me, God's got my back, or the universe, whichever one resonates for you. It talks about spirituality and faith. Some of you may even be leveling up spiritually as well. I'm seeing some really nice new beginnings for you, Virgo. Or that person that's been on your mind. If you're not already in a serious committed relationship, they may be thinking about committing, or it's you committing to these goals that you have. Your fear is definitely rooted around money. You're fearful right now about not being financially independent, and like that it might lead to other things falling apart. That doesn't even make sense though, because you've got the mentality of the universe has got me. I feel like the situation that you have faith in, like the universe or God will handle it, isn't exactly a money situation. There's separate things going on. Or like you're wishing, hoping someone gets their karma, but you're not worried about it or vengeful because you know that karma will work itself out. But separately, I mean, who isn't kind of worried about money in this day and age, or any day for that matter? But I feel like there's some fear rooted around not being financially independent, or you lost independence financially in a certain situation. If that's not you, don't take that part as yours. Take it only if it resonates. Deeply rooted in this. So we've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. So in your distant past, that might have to do with some trauma or your roots of where this is all coming from. This is the breaking apart of a connection. Whether it's friendships, relationships, you have some kind of past trauma. I mean, most people do. It could be like losing loved ones. Like maybe you had a friend or friends that passed away and it's created some kind of trauma. I'm not sure how this is all connecting. Let's see what else we have. So we've got the Hanged Man in the reverse. So you took a little bit for yourself. You took a minute to gain some perspective, to take a step back, to view the situation from more of an objective view. Instead of being so close up and involved and all in your head, you stepped back to look at it, like zoomed out on it, like looked at it from another perspective. And you've had that moment, so now you're coming back down from that period to re-examine it. You know how sometimes you're trying to fix something, like on your car, or something broke at work, or like around the house, and it's annoying you because no matter how much you do, you can't seem to fix it, and your brains are just fried from trying and trying and trying, and you give up for a minute and walk away and then come back to it at a later time when your brain has had a minute to rejuvenate. That's kind of where I'm seeing you in this situation. You had to take a step back to gain some perspective and step back in. And now your brain is ready to solve. And I can't remember who else got something like this in their reading. I really can't remember which zodiac sign have got this before, but someone else got this in their reading too. It might have been a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then we've got the Emperor. You're sitting in your power though, Virgo, in spite of the craziness that's been going on. You're in a pretty good spot. And right now in your life, you feel the most in control of your life as you have ever in the past. If it's the complete opposite, I know you're probably laughing right now, but that's what I'm getting. It's also associated with the number 4. The number 4 could have some significance. The number 4 in numerology has to do with your roots, structure, building a foundation. It could have to do with your ancestors, like maybe your ancestors have been watching over you in this situation. We've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I feel like a lot of people are getting this, even though you're in your power and, you're ready to pursue your hobbies that you're passionate about. Something's blocking you, like something's stopping you from starting. It could be the obvious, which would be money for some reason. We've got the 7 of Cups in the reverse. You made some either you made an important choice or you feel like you're running out of options in a certain situation. We've got the Queen of Pentacles though, so I do feel like whatever you've been thinking about and carefully weighing your options, you're gonna make the right decision. It's gonna be like a strategically slowly made decision though. This is not the kind of decision to rush into. This is the kind of decision that involves using strategy, like slow, methodical thinking. There's certain situations where you gotta just jump in and just do it, and then there's other ones where it's like, no, you need a little bit more of a strategic approach, and I think that's what your situation is calling for. We've got the High Priestess in reverse. Somebody in your situation's lying and manipulating. I think you're still protected from that, and you had a feeling all along anyways. I don't know who or what it is or what it involves, but if there's been somebody that you, suspected might be lying or being deceptive in some way, you might be right about this, and it also has to do with somebody keeping secrets. If you didn't have that feeling to begin with, don't go accusing your partner of doing something they didn't do. If you didn't have that feeling in the first place, then it's not them. It's that one that you thought might be full of shit. Could be a coworker, it could be a friend, or, so-called friend. could be a family member, it could be anyone, but there's somebody that you suspected might be full of it, and if you had that suspicion, you might be onto something, Virgo. Let's see, with that Four of Cups, ooh, if you do find out this person's lying and you're able to prove it, they really done fucked up with you. You are gonna be this person's missed opportunity. And then we've got the Eight of Swords, exactly. You're blind to the truth about something right now. With the Eight of Swords here, the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess in the reverse, somebody pulled the wool over your eyes or tried to. You gave them the benefit of the doubt, or the truth was too painful to look at it that way and you don't want to believe what you suspect because it's quite terrible. If it is, if nobody seems like a liar and you don't have any suspicions about anybody, leave this part out of it. It isn't for you. But this is only if you already suspected somebody to begin with. That intuition, it's strong. Virgos have very strong intuition, whether they consciously realize it or not. We've got the Justice card, no, Judgment card in the reverse. And then we've got the Fool card. So I feel like you're hesitant about making a decision. So if this is a situation where you're suspicious of somebody lying, you're gathering evidence, and you kind of want to call them out on it, but then you're thinking, okay, so if I confront this person, then what? Then it's almost like it forces a change that's really tough to deal with. Because with that Fool card here, if you make that judgment call and you confront the person, you know damn well that it's gonna force a huge change to happen. Like, that's gonna alter everything. I don't know if this is making any sense for any of you. I feel like your love life situations, like, I feel like it's pretty happy and balanced for the most part. But there's just multiple facets to your life right now. Some are great, some are chaotic, and the cards just wanted to go all into detail about everything. These wanted to fly out. This is really freaking cute. I love it. So we've got the King of Cups, and we also have the Ten of Cups. So if you've been thinking about a love situation, and you know that this person, you know, is a good one, you know, like, if you know darn well they're toxic, don't try to change the story. But if you have had a good person in your life, or if you've been thinking about one, this is verification that Ten of Cups is the happily ever after, your rainbow after the storm. And that King of Cups, this is talking about a masculine energy that's emotionally mature. He's loving, he's caring, whether he shows it or not, you know. Sometimes they show it, most of the time, in fact, I'll just go ahead and say all the time, when you're dealing with a masculine energy, it's not so much their words that make sense with how they feel about you, it's their actions. You know, so if there's somebody that, you know, they might not say I love you every 2 seconds, they might not, like, tell you all the nice things about yourself. Believe me though, they're thinking it and they're showing you how they feel with their actions. Like, you know, maybe they made you a yummy meal. They're there for you when you need them. They're there to support you. They have your back. You know that you can rely on them and you feel safe with them. That's how you know, and you don't need the cards to tell you that, but, you know, they're verifying what you already knew to begin with. So, Virgo, I don't really have anything else for you. With that chaotic part, though, you know, and if you've been suspecting that somebody's full of it, I wish you the best of luck with your situation. Set the boundaries that you need to keep your peace in your life. Otherwise, things are looking really good for you, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and a great, if I could talk, and I'm too lazy to edit, so y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. Have a great rest of your month, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching.